Hey, I hope you are well and doing good. And in this video, we will see algorithm analysis. How to analyze which algorithm is best and which algorithm is fast and efficient and which algorithm is worth. And in this video, we will see all about the algorithm. At first, we'll see what is algorithm. Algorithm is a finite of set and instructions to solve any given problem. A step by step instruction. There is a problem. Suppose that we have to find the sum of two numbers. Then what should we do first? We'll read the two numbers. Then we store two numbers in a variable. Then we'll implement the addition of two numbers, and then we'll display. Then all the steps is called algorithm. Like I suppose that we have to find a sum. Then step first to read two numbers, right? Read two numbers. Then step two, when we have read two numbers, then we have to calculate. Then calculate two numbers, calculate, and sum is equal to a plus b. Suppose that we have stored two variables in first one is a and second is in b. When we have calculated these two numbers, then we have to display. Step 3, display. Then all the step by step instruction is called the algorithm, right? Now we'll see property of algorithm. And basically there are many property of the algorithm, but basically we will see here. First, input. For the any algorithm to solve any problem, there is a at least zero, at least one and zero input. At least one input. If we want to find any solve any complex given problem, then there may be required at least one input or zero. And the second one is output. When suppose that when we have solved this approach to find us a sum of two numbers, then a second one is output. We have to display this output. When uh, actually what we are doing to solve any given problem. If we have find the sum, then there is a some output, means here is the output of some output. And when we are going to solve any problem, then there will be a output. If there is no output, then there is a mistakes in our algorithm. Then first of all, it should be produce a one output, and what we want to output, that should be produced our algorithm, right? And our algorithm should be a finiteness. After our time, algorithm should be terminated. Suppose that if we are going to solve any given problem and this algorithm is infinite, then there is no meaning. It should be finiteness. It should be terminated at least any given terminated point, right? And effectiveness. Algorithm should be effectiveness, means effectiveness. Suppose that text look here, there is a clear message that read two numbers, then it is clear कि we have to first of all we have to read two numbers, and the second step is to calculate this mathematical calculation which we want to calculate. Means here we want to solve the two numbers sum. Then here we'll find sum, and the third instruction is a display what output it will be produced, then display the message. Then there is a clear cut message, right? Then effectiveness, this any algorithm should be effective. That will be means that should all instructions should be clear, and or is a generalist, means it should be easy to implement. If we have write any instructions, then it should be easy to implement in our code, because there is a main motto that we have to implement this instruction in our code. If we write here the instructions, then these all instructions we have to apply it into the code, that this is the instruction and we have to apply it into the code. Then it should be a clear and clear, it should be clear. Now suppose that we have to suppose that in our class there is a many student, and we our teacher has given any problem, and all students are write a different algorithm. In this case, how to find which algorithm is best, how to analyze? there is a main there is a main motto for this video, how to analyze this algorithm, which algorithm is best. First of all, to analyze the algorithm, we should have know that the complexity complexity is the amount of time or space which is taken by the algorithm. Means there is a 60 student, and all 60 student has written a different algorithm to solve this problem. Now analyze the all the algorithm, which algorithm is best. Then we have to see that in the algorithm the space, how much space this algorithm is occupy, and how many times it will be take to the produce output, take to be execute. Then complexity is taken occupy how much time it should be taken takes to execute the output, and how much memory, how much space it should take. Then on the basis of this, there is a two types of complexity. First one is the time complexity, and second is the space complexity. Space complexity, right? Now the time complexity, how much time algorithm has been taken to the execute of program, the amount of time to produce the output by algorithm, that is time complexity. And space complexity, how much space means memory, how much memory has been occupied by the algorithm. On the basis of this time complexity and space complexity, we can analyze this which algorithm is best and which algorithm is average and which algorithm is of worth, right? Now at first we'll see time complexity. For the analyze the time complexity, if we want to the there is a condition to check the which algorithm is best, and first of all we will see the time complexity. To analyze the time complexity, we will use asymptotic notations, in which asymptotic notation is calculated the mathematical in a mathematical way to time complexity by which taken by the algorithm, time taken by the algorithm in a mathematical way. Suppose that uh, there is a code. Suppose that main function and int a b and c out, enter value of a and b, right? And c in a and b and produce a hint sum a plus b, and c out sum is equal to sum, right? Now suppose that this code and this suppose that this is the code, and this instruction has taken suppose that in a constant time 1, and also this will be taken take execute of linear time. Also this will take in linear time, this will take linear time, this will take linear time, means all the instruction has taken sometimes. Then how will we will analyze this algorithm? To analyze the algorithm and time complexity, we will use asymptotic notations, and first of all is a big O notations. Big O notation. Big O notations. Big O notations is read as the order of and yeah, which log n which time complexity, that is the order of order of, right? Now the big O notations is show the upper bound of the upper bound time complexity, means to execute or any program, any algorithm at upper time, what should be upper time to execute the program? Suppose that the this algorithm and code, and this code how much time at last time at the upper time, at the upper bound of time, how much it upper bound is to be take. This is show in the big O notations, in a big O notations, right? Suppose that there is a function, fx, right? And this function have to analyze this how much time it should be occupy with the help of graph. Then this is the graph, and in this graph the this is the function fx, right? And in this way we will insert inputs, our input it will be, right? And there is a constant suppose that there is a k constant n k c, right? Now g to execute of this algorithm, it should take the upper bound of time. Upper bound of time. This is the show by the big O notation. In the big O notations, we will see order of 1. After the order of 1, we'll see order of n. Order of log n time complexity. Order of n log n time complexity. Order of n square exponential and its logarithm, and order of 2 to the power n time complexity, right? Maybe it video should be long and should lengthy, so don't so don't get it. Uh, in this, suppose that with there is a no any loops, then it will be constant time, and we'll don't see the here we'll see a small algorithm and a small codes. But when there is a millions of data, then we have to find and we have to check and we have to implement this all the time complexity. Here we'll see a small snips of the codes, so uh, it will be it's give her challenges to understand. But assume that there is a data millions of data, then how will implement it? And it is the n time complexity, order of n time complexity. Suppose that we have used a for loop uh, and suppose it we have to print anything. Hello, right? Then how much time hello will be print? If there is no any loops, then it will be only print hello at one time. But when we'll use for loop, then we'll use any loops, then it will depend on the n. Means this output will be produced n times. Then how much time it will be? First of all, control will go here, it will print, then condition will check, again it will be entered, again this loop will be execute, means n times. If n is equal to 10, then this statement will be execute 10 times. Then this is the order of n. And order of log n, when we implement a binary search, then we will see the log n, it will be reduced. Suppose that here is a n times, and we have to find there is suppose it here given a array and some data in the array 2 3 6 7 8 9 10, there is any data. When we have to find the 10, if we will find this using the for loop, then we have to execute, we have to iterate 6 times to reach here, and we will check the condition. If condition 10 here, then we have to iterate from at first 0, then at the 1 index, at the second index, फिर third index, again fourth, फिर fifth, फिर sixth index. I mean we have to iterate at the last. and then it will produce at the last. Then, but when we will use the log and time complexity, then it will be reduced the time. It will suppose that here and binary search snips I will swear, when we implement the log and time complexity, then this time complexity will be reduced, it will be divided into two parts, then divided into two parts, then suppose it there, and you will check the midpoint is the midpoint is less than 10. Yes, the midpoint is less than 10, then we will skip the left part and we will only check on the right part, and it will be called recursively. Although we will see all in detail binary search and recursion, right? Or here n log n time complexity, here is a n square time complexity. When we use inner loop and outer loop, then it will be produced n square time complexity. Although we will, when we will solve a problem, then we will see in the detail all time complexity. Now it is, we will see uh, big O notations. Now here we will see theta notations. Theta notation. Theta notations. Theta notations actually show the average 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 time complexity. To execute this problem, the average time complexity, that is the not a upper bound, not a lower bound, in the mid the time complexity. Suppose that there is a given fx function, right? And in the fx function, we'll see with the help of graph, then there is a fx function, and suppose this is the function fx, and to execute show the average bound and the theta notations. Suppose that there is a gx, and although there is a gx upper, right? Means this the theta notation show the averaged case. In the average, not it will be so the upper bound, and not it so the lower bound. It's only produce, it will be execute in the average. Then the theta notations to analyze the average bound. And last one is omega notation. Omega notation. In the omega notations, the algorithm analyzes the lower time complexity. Means to execute any algo, how much less time it should be taken by the algorithm. Means suppose that given problem fx is a given function, and this for the execute this, it will be take a lower time complexity, then it will be a function fx, right? And the execute the function, it will be produced for the reach the at last, it will be produced before the at last, it will produce the result. Then this is the show in the omega notations. In omega notations, right, in the omega notations. And how will see the best time complexity, which is the best time complexity, and what the time complexity. To see that, we will see in the next video best case, average case, and worst case. For this, till now, this is, thank you, bye bye.